Have you ever wondered how some people seem to attract the right relationships effortlessly? Whether it's friends, a partner, or colleagues, they just seem to have this magnetic energy that draws others in. The secret? It's not about playing games or pretending to be someone else, it's about embodying certain principles that not only enhance your own life but also make you more attractive to those around you. In today's video, we'll explore how applying Stoic philosophy to your life can help you attract the people you desire, by focusing on inner growth, wisdom, and authenticity. Stick around until the end to learn powerful steps that will transform how you connect with others and build the meaningful relationships you've always wanted. 1. Cultivate inner peace. Have you ever noticed how some people just seem to radiate calmness and confidence, no matter what's going on around them? It's like they're impervious to stress, and there's something magnetic about them, right? That's the power of inner peace. Stoicism teaches us that true attraction isn't about how you look or what you do for others, it's about what's going on inside. When you can master your emotions and remain calm in any storm, people will be drawn to you naturally. Imagine this: you're at work, and everything is falling apart, deadlines are looming, your boss is stressed, and your colleagues are starting to panic. But instead of getting caught up in the chaos, you stay calm. You breathe, you take a moment to collect your thoughts, and you tackle each problem one at a time. People start to notice you. They come to you for advice or just for a moment of calm. Your ability to stay composed in stressful situations makes you more attractive, not just because of what you do, but because of how you handle yourself. When you're at peace inside, it shows. It's like a silent energy that surrounds you, making others feel safe and comfortable. It's not about pretending to have everything together. It's about accepting that life is full of challenges, but how you react to them is what truly matters. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius remind us that the power is in our own minds, not in the things or people around us. When we control our reactions, we create a sense of stability that others can't help but be drawn to. Think about a time when you felt completely overwhelmed by something, but instead of reacting in anger or frustration, you paused, took a deep breath, and found your center. That moment of clarity, when you took control of your emotions, likely made you feel empowered. And others probably sensed it too, whether it was a friend offering their support or someone just quietly respecting your calm energy. That's the kind of attraction Stoicism is all about, cultivating inner peace to become someone others admire and want to be around. So, if you're looking to attract the right people into your life, start by looking inward. Work on mastering your own peace, no matter what's happening around you. The more you can maintain that inner calm, the more naturally you'll draw others to you. Not through tricks or manipulation, but simply through the strength and peace you exude from within. 2. Focus on self-improvement. Have you ever been around someone who just seems to have their life together? They don't just appear confident, they radiate a sense of calm and maturity, like they're comfortable in their own skin. That's the magic of self-improvement. It's not just about achieving success or gaining recognition, self-improvement is about becoming a better version of yourself every single day. When you invest in growing emotionally, mentally, and even physically, you start to naturally attract people who resonate with your energy and growth. Think of it like this: when you focus on improving your emotional intelligence, you become better at understanding your own feelings and the emotions of others. Have you ever been in a conversation where you felt truly heard? Not just listening to respond, but actually understanding what the other person was trying to convey. That's emotional intelligence in action. People who are emotionally intelligent know how to connect on a deeper level, and this kind of connection is magnetic. It creates trust, comfort, and authenticity in relationships. But it's not just about emotional awareness, it's also about cultivating compassion. Imagine you're dealing with a stressful situation, and someone shows you kindness or a thoughtful gesture. It feels like a breath of fresh air, doesn't it? When you practice compassion, not just in moments of conflict but in everyday interactions, you begin to create meaningful bonds. People are naturally drawn to those who care, who listen with empathy, and who genuinely want to understand others. Communication is another crucial aspect of self-improvement. Have you ever been in a conversation where the other person made you feel understood, appreciated, and respected? Good communication isn't just about speaking well, it's about listening, being present, and knowing when to speak up or when to simply listen. When you work on becoming a better communicator, you create stronger, more genuine connections. And those connections, built on understanding and respect, are what attract the right people into your life. Self-improvement isn't a one-time thing, it's a lifelong process. The more you focus on becoming the best version of yourself, the more people will naturally be drawn to you. Not because you're trying to impress them, but because your growth, confidence, and authenticity are magnetic. So, take a moment today to think about how you can improve, whether it's developing emotional intelligence, being more compassionate, or becoming a better communicator. When you invest in yourself, you don't just transform your own life, you create the kind of relationships you've always wanted. 3. Live in the present moment. Have you ever caught yourself dwelling on something that happened in the past, or worrying about what might happen in the future? We all do it, whether it's regrets over a decision we made or anxieties about something we can't control. But here's the powerful truth: the present moment is the only time we truly have. When you learn to let go of the past and future, you open yourself up to life in the now. This practice not only reduces stress but also makes you more connected to those around you, creating a deep sense of presence that others find magnetic. Imagine this: you're having a conversation with someone, but your mind keeps drifting to what happened earlier in the day or what's coming next. You're physically there, but emotionally, you're not really present. How often do we miss out on connecting with others because we're mentally elsewhere? Now, think of a time when you were fully engaged in a moment, when you were completely immersed in the conversation, genuinely listening, and truly present. That connection is effortless, and people naturally gravitate toward that kind of attention and energy. Living in the present moment doesn't mean ignoring the past or future, it means giving yourself permission to focus on what's happening right now. When you stop overthinking or overanalyzing, you can enjoy the moments as they come, without the weight of past mistakes or future fears. This kind of mindfulness doesn't just ease your mind, it makes you more attractive to others. People are drawn to those who are present, who can listen without distraction and give their full attention. It creates an environment where trust, respect, and genuine connection can flourish. Think about how it feels when someone gives you their undivided attention, when they're not distracted by their phone or looking around the room while you're speaking. You feel heard, valued, and respected. That's the power of living in the present. It's about creating deep, authentic connections that aren't clouded by distractions or past baggage. When you're able to live in the moment, you exude a kind of confidence and ease that others find magnetic. So, next time you catch yourself slipping into past regrets or future worries, take a deep breath and remind yourself to come back to the present. The more you practice living in the now, the more you'll experience the richness of life as it happens. And the best part? People will notice. They'll be drawn to your presence, your calm, and your confidence, making you even more attractive to those around you. Live fully in the present, and watch how everything around you shifts. 4. Communicate with compassion. Have you ever had a conversation where someone truly listened to you, not just with their ears, but with their heart? It feels amazing, doesn't it? That's the power of compassionate communication. When we practice empathy and genuinely seek to understand the other person's feelings and experiences, we create deeper, more meaningful connections. Compassionate listening isn't just about hearing words, it's about understanding emotions, offering a safe space for others to express themselves, and showing that you truly care. And the best part? When you communicate with compassion, you naturally attract people who appreciate you for who you truly are. Imagine this: you're talking to a friend who's going through a tough time. Instead of jumping in with advice or sharing your own experiences, you listen. You let them speak freely, without interrupting or judging, and you offer comfort simply by being there. This kind of listening makes the other person feel valued, seen, and understood. It creates a connection that goes beyond surface-level conversations and builds trust. When you communicate with compassion, you allow others to feel heard, which is one of the most powerful ways to build lasting, authentic relationships. In today's world, it's easy to rush through conversations, often multitasking or thinking about what we're going to say next. But compassionate communication requires us to slow down and be fully present in the moment. It's not about rushing to give advice or fix the situation, it's about allowing the other person to express themselves and feel understood. This simple act of empathy can turn a regular conversation into something much deeper, creating bonds that are rooted in respect and mutual care. Think about a time when someone really listened to you, without judgment or interruption. How did it make you feel? Probably valued, right? That's the magic of compassionate listening. It makes others feel important and connected. And when you make people feel that way, they are more likely to do the same for you. You start to build relationships based on understanding, respect, and care, and those connections are the ones that truly stand the test of time. So, the next time you have a conversation, take a moment to listen with compassion. Don't just focus on what you're going to say next, truly hear the other person. Ask questions, show empathy, and offer your presence. The more you practice compassionate communication, the more you'll attract people who value you for who you are, not just for what you can offer. It's a simple yet powerful way to connect with others on a deeper level and build relationships that matter. 5. Maintain personal integrity. Have you ever been around someone who just exudes trustworthiness? They don't have to say much or prove anything, they simply are who they say they are. That's the power of integrity. It's not just about doing the right thing when people are watching, it's about being true to your values and principles, even when no one else is around. When you live consistently with your core beliefs, you create a sense of authenticity that draws others in. People are naturally attracted to those who live with integrity because they know they can trust them, and trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship. Imagine this: you're faced with a situation where it would be easy to cut corners or compromise your values. Maybe it's at work, maybe it's in a friendship, or even in a romantic relationship. The easy choice is often the tempting one, but the hard choice, the one that aligns with your core principles, is the one that builds your character. When you make the choice that reflects your true self, not only do you maintain your self-respect, but you also attract people who share your values and appreciate your authenticity. Living with integrity isn't always the easiest path, but it's the one that pays off in the long run. Think about the people you admire the most. Chances are, they're the ones who have a strong sense of who they are and what they stand for. They don't try to be something they're not. Their actions match their words, and that consistency makes them someone you can trust. Integrity builds that same trust in relationships, whether personal or professional. When people see that you're consistent in your values, they're more likely to respect you and want to build a deeper connection with you. Integrity also helps you avoid the emotional and mental toll of dishonesty. Have you ever told a lie or made a promise you couldn't keep? The weight of that can linger, creating stress and self-doubt. When you live authentically, free from the need to cover up or be someone else, you release that burden. You're at peace with yourself, and that calm, grounded energy is incredibly magnetic to others. People are drawn to that sense of peace, knowing that you won't deceive or manipulate them. So, if you want to attract meaningful relationships, start by living with integrity. Be true to yourself, stay consistent with your values, and show up in the world as the person you truly are. The more you live authentically, the more you'll draw in people who respect you and value your consistency. Integrity isn't just a virtue, it's the key to building relationships that are deep, lasting, and built on trust. 6. Exercise gratitude. Have you ever been around someone who just radiates positivity, no matter what life throws their way? It's like they have this calm, steady energy that makes everything feel a little bit easier. That's the power of gratitude. When you practice gratitude, you shift your perspective from focusing on what's wrong to appreciating what's right. This simple shift doesn't just make you feel better, it also makes you more attractive to others. People are drawn to those who maintain a positive outlook, even in the face of challenges. Gratitude creates a kind of magnetic energy that draws people in, not because you're pretending to be happy, but because you're genuinely grounded and confident in your approach to life. Imagine this: you've had a long, tough day, things didn't go as planned, and you're feeling frustrated. But instead of letting the negative thoughts spiral, you take a moment to reflect on the things that went right. Maybe it was a small win at work, a kind gesture from a friend, or just a moment of peace. That shift in focus can completely change how you feel. Suddenly, your mood lifts, and you approach the rest of the day with a renewed sense of energy and calm. Gratitude allows you to appreciate the small things and helps you see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than obstacles to overcome. Gratitude is powerful not just for your own well-being, but for your relationships as well. Have you ever been around someone who constantly complains about their problems? It's draining, right? On the flip side, when you express gratitude, you create a positive environment where people feel uplifted and appreciated. You attract others who also appreciate the beauty in life, and those relationships are built on mutual respect and positivity. When you're grateful, you naturally start to attract more people who share that outlook, people who are also focused on growth, positivity, and resilience. Think about a time when you were feeling down, but someone around you expressed genuine gratitude. Maybe they thanked you for something small, or simply pointed out something positive about your day. That energy is contagious. Gratitude creates a ripple effect, lifting the spirits of everyone around you. It's not just about thanking people, it's about adopting a mindset of appreciation that shapes how you see the world. When you start practicing gratitude regularly, you'll notice a shift in your own energy and the energy of the people around you. So, start practicing gratitude today. Instead of focusing on what's missing or what's not going well, take a moment to appreciate what you already have. The more you focus on the positives, the more you'll attract the right people and opportunities into your life. Gratitude doesn't just change your perspective, it makes you a magnet for the kind of energy you want to draw into your world. 7. Practice humility. Have you ever met someone who, even though they've achieved so much, doesn't come across as arrogant or boastful? Instead, they're approachable, humble, and easy to talk to. There's something about humility that makes people feel at ease around them. It's not about downplaying your strengths or accomplishments, it's about recognizing that no one is perfect, and that every person has something valuable to offer. Humility is about being grounded and respectful, which is essential for building meaningful, lasting relationships. When you practice humility, you open the door to trust and connection, making you more relatable and accessible to others. Imagine this: you're at a gathering, and someone begins telling a story about their latest achievement. They could easily make the conversation all about themselves, but instead, they share their success in a way that acknowledges the people who helped them get there. They show appreciation for their team, their mentors, or their family, rather than boasting about their own accomplishments. This doesn't just make them seem more approachable, it actually makes others admire them more. Humility invites people in. It lets others feel that they, too, have something important to contribute to the conversation. Humility also helps you avoid unnecessary conflicts. Think about a situation where someone disagrees with you, and instead of getting defensive, you listen to their point of view. You try to understand where they're coming from, even if you don't agree. When you approach disagreements with humility, you're more likely to find common ground and come to a peaceful resolution. By acknowledging that your perspective isn't the only one that matters, you create a space for open, honest communication without the need for ego-driven arguments. Humility doesn't mean being a doormat or letting others walk all over you. It means knowing your worth without needing to prove it to everyone around you. It's about recognizing that everyone you meet has their own story, struggles, and strengths. By practicing humility, you build relationships based on mutual respect, where both sides feel heard and valued. People are naturally drawn to those who aren't trying to be superior but instead are focused on creating authentic, equal connections. So, if you want to attract more meaningful relationships, start by practicing humility. Listen with an open heart, appreciate others' contributions, and be willing to learn from everyone around you. When you approach life with humility, you create a space where trust and respect can flourish, and in turn, you'll draw in people who appreciate you for who you truly are, genuine, kind, and open to learning. Humility isn't just a virtue, it's the key to building the kind of relationships that stand the test of time. 8. Understand and apply the dichotomy of control. Have you ever found yourself obsessing over someone else's actions or reactions, trying to figure out why they said what they did or how they feel about you? It's exhausting, isn't it? The truth is, we can't control other people, no matter how hard we try. The key to peace, both in your mind and in your relationships, is understanding the dichotomy of control, a core Stoic principle. This concept teaches us to focus only on what we can control, our actions and our responses, and to let go of the rest. When you learn to focus on yourself, you stop wasting energy on things you can't change, which leads to greater peace of mind and more fulfilling relationships. Imagine this: you're having a conversation with someone, and they respond in a way that feels hurtful or dismissive. In the past, you might have spent hours or days replaying the conversation, trying to figure out what went wrong or why they said what they did. But with the dichotomy of control, you realize that their reaction is beyond your control. What you can control is how you respond to it. Instead of internalizing their words, you focus on maintaining your own peace and responding calmly, knowing that your reaction is all that matters. By doing this, you not only protect your emotional well-being, but you also build stronger, more resilient relationships. When you apply this principle, you stop stressing about other people's thoughts, feelings, or actions. You become more self-assured because you know you're in control of how you choose to act. For example, instead of getting upset when someone doesn't respond to your message immediately, you accept that their actions are beyond your control. You choose not to take it personally. This kind of mindset frees you from unnecessary frustration and allows you to stay grounded, no matter what's going on around you. One of the most freeing aspects of this principle is realizing that you don't have to carry the weight of other people's behavior. Think about how often you find yourself stressing over someone else's mood, response, or opinion of you. By focusing only on what you can control, your own actions and mindset, you begin to reduce that mental clutter. You realize that their reactions are not a reflection of your worth. The more you apply this philosophy, the more confident and peaceful you become, which naturally attracts healthier and more balanced relationships. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed by someone else's behavior or feel the urge to try and control how others react to you, remember the dichotomy of control. Focus on what you can control, your actions, your responses, and your peace of mind. By doing so, you'll not only reduce unnecessary stress but also build stronger, more fulfilling relationships based on mutual respect and emotional independence. You'll realize that the only person you truly have control over is yourself, and that's more than enough. 9. Appreciate differences. Have you ever found yourself trying to change someone in your life, whether it's a friend, a partner, or even a colleague? Maybe you thought if they just did things a little differently, things would be better. It's a natural instinct, but here's the truth: one of the most beautiful things we can do in our relationships is to appreciate the uniqueness of others. Instead of trying to change them, embracing their differences can lead to deeper understanding and stronger, more lasting connections. Imagine this: you're working with someone whose approach is completely different from yours. Maybe they're more laid back, or perhaps their thought process is totally opposite of yours. It can be easy to get frustrated, thinking that if they just saw things your way, the relationship would be smoother. But what if, instead of trying to change them, you took the time to understand why they think and act the way they do? Embracing those differences helps you connect with them on a deeper level. You start to appreciate their perspective and see the value in their approach, which strengthens your bond. When you appreciate the differences in people, you shift from a mindset of judgment to one of curiosity and respect. It's like when you meet someone from a different culture or background, you could focus on the ways they're different from you, or you could open yourself up to learning from those differences. When you embrace someone's unique qualities, whether it's their personality, their culture, or their life experiences, you create a space where they feel valued for who they are, not for how closely they fit into your expectations. The beauty of appreciating differences is that it helps foster mutual growth. Think about a time when you learned something new from someone who thought or acted differently than you. Instead of feeling defensive or frustrated, you were able to open your mind and grow. This kind of openness is what makes relationships stronger and more enduring. When you embrace differences, you don't just accept someone as they are, you enrich the relationship with fresh perspectives, ideas, and experiences. So, the next time you're tempted to change someone or get frustrated with their differences, remember that it's those very differences that make them who they are. Take a moment to appreciate and celebrate those unique qualities. By doing so, you'll create deeper, more meaningful connections, and your relationships will become stronger and more fulfilling, grounded in understanding, respect, and mutual growth. 10. Seek wisdom. Have you ever been drawn to someone not because of their looks or outward success, but because of their depth of understanding and insight? There's something incredibly magnetic about a person who seeks wisdom, someone who not only knows a lot but has the ability to reflect on life in meaningful ways. Wisdom is central to Stoic philosophy, and it's something that can not only transform your personal life but also make you more attractive to others. When you continually seek wisdom, you grow emotionally, spiritually, and intellectually, which in turn deepens your relationships and connects you to others on a much more profound level. Imagine you're in a conversation with someone who speaks from a place of deep understanding. They don't just offer advice, they listen carefully, reflect on their own experiences, and share insights that open your mind. It's not about knowing everything, but about having a thoughtful approach to life, and it creates a powerful connection between you and them. Wisdom isn't about being the smartest person in the room, it's about being the one who takes time to think, reflect, and understand. This kind of presence and depth is incredibly attractive, and people are naturally drawn to it. Seeking wisdom also helps you become more emotionally and spiritually resilient. Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot change, while focusing on how we respond to situations. Wisdom guides us in making better decisions, in navigating life's challenges with grace and perspective. When you practice this, you begin to build a life that isn't driven by impulses or emotions alone, but by a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. People see this wisdom in your actions, and they're drawn to your calm, composed approach to life's ups and downs. Think about the most meaningful relationships in your life. Chances are, the people you feel closest to are the ones who have shared valuable wisdom with you, whether it's about life, love, or just how to navigate day-to-day struggles. These relationships aren't just based on shared interests or moments of joy, they're rooted in genuine understanding and shared growth. Wisdom is what enriches those bonds, making them stronger and more lasting. So, if you want to attract deeper, more meaningful connections, start by seeking wisdom. Read, reflect, learn from your experiences, and engage in conversations that help you grow emotionally and intellectually. The more you nurture your inner wisdom, the more others will be drawn to your depth and insight. Wisdom isn't just a way of thinking, it's a way of being, and when you embody it, you'll find that your relationships become richer, more fulfilling, and built on a foundation of true connection. As you've seen, the key to attracting the right people into your life doesn't lie in external tactics or manipulation, it lies in developing yourself from within. By cultivating inner peace, focusing on self-improvement, living in the present moment, communicating with compassion, and seeking wisdom, you naturally become someone who draws the right people in. The best part? These principles are timeless and sustainable. Start applying them today, and watch how your relationships evolve into something more meaningful and fulfilling. If you found these insights helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content on how to live a life full of purpose, love, and genuine connections. And don't forget to comment below, what step are you going to take today to start attracting the relationships you deserve? Let's continue the conversation and grow together.